live full and die empty.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinny. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the wet.
What's going on, baby? It's Jacob Hagerman. This is episode 1 of Hacking It with Hagerman. And what this podcast is going to be about, it's going to be everything about some of my fucked up life as a kid, but also how I turned it around and became a damn good salesman. So what I want to do is I want to start out pretty much when I was a kid, man. And I'm going to be honest, I grew up poor as hell. I'm talking like we didn't have food, we didn't have water, no electricity was on, jumping house to house. I mean, it was pretty bad. And so I always grew up without a lot of clothes, not a lot of nice things in life. Like, it kind of sucked, I'm going to be completely honest. And, I kind of use that to my strengths because I don't really need a lot of things. I'm not high maintenance, especially now at 20 years old. I don't care a lot about the finer things in life. But what it did was it kind of humbled me, because my father, rest in peace, he was addicted to drugs, in and out of jail. He was kind of abusive. Like, I'm going to be honest, I got my ass beat as a kid. And so, I mean, I was pretty used to, the hard life, the struggles, growing up. And really, at the end of the day, it molded me into the man I was, because at 12 years old, I watched my father get murdered right in front of me. And it was kind of a hard time because, that's still your father. It's somebody you look up to, somebody who's supposed to teach you everything about being a man. And, it was kind of taken away and like a little quick as a snap, gone. And, the guys that did it, they got arrested, and not a single one of them served a day in jail. Like, they got away scot-fucking-free. And so it was really tough because, my brother was still in high school. I was 12 years old, so I'm in middle school at the time. And what they did was once they got released, he was pronounced dead before, and they were released from jail faster than he died, because it took him 2 days and 3 nights, before he actually passed away. And so they were all released back on the streets doing their own thing. And they were throwing a lot of threats with, like, my family, my mom, older brother Alex. And so we decided to pack up life, move down to Clinton, Arkansas, a town with 2,500 people in it, a graduating class of 100 people. Well, my brother Alex stayed back home in Indiana. He had his wife and his daughter Audrey. And I had to restart life. And I started out in the 8th grade and had to remake friends. At first, I'm going to be honest, I was that weird kid just because I was kind of going through a lot of hardships in life at the time, especially restarting life. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. But I adopted the small town thinking. And what that is that you never really grow up. You never really get out of that town. And I always knew I was destined for more. I had a lot of people tell me, like, Jacob, you're super mature. And it was from, I had to grow up really fast. I hold my mom while she cries. Some nights, being 12 years old, that's kind of a hard deal. But I had to grow up very fast. I didn't really have much of a childhood, abused, a lot of bad things in life. But I didn't really let that stop me. I saw the silver linings in the cloud because of all of that, a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm so sorry you lost your dad. I'm like, well, what I'm about to say is going to kind of be weird, but it's the best, worst thing that ever happened to me. Because everything in life is a little bit just extra after that. I was very close to getting hit that night as well. And, it was one of those situations to where, now I just got to start living life to the fullest because I've seen it be taken away from me so fast. And so I decided that, it was the best, worst thing to happen to me because it moved me away from Indiana, moved me down to Arkansas. I was able to restart life. And I was just able to be the man I wanted to be and just change everything, tell people who I was. And they really didn't have, they didn't really know anything about what happened in my past until I let them know. And so it was a nice little change of pace, definitely a gorgeous place to live. But I had a lot of people tell me, Jacob, you're destined for greatness. You're going to be something big in life. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. I just don't see it. And, so small town thinking really got to me. But, once I graduated high school, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to do the cookie cutter life. Go to college, spend, a couple $100,000, learn how to make $70,000, and then live life in student loan debt for the rest of your life. That just wasn't for me. So I decided, well, you know what? I need a summer job. So I get on Indeed. And by getting on Indeed, I was looking for salesman jobs because I was like, oh, I like talking to people. I can persuade people pretty easily. It should be an easy thing for me. So I found a dealership, Crane Hyundai of Conway. I put my application in. I can't believe they even accepted it to begin with just because of my age. And, well, they accepted me. I had an interview. And, I rocked the interview. I did a pretty good job. Well, since I got the job, I did a damn good job. But there was a hell of a lot of people that were interviewed through those couple of days in the interviewing process, and they had this entire room for orientation. And I can just look around. I can tell who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. I was pretty confident I was going to make it. And so I get the call, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, go take the drug test. You're going to start on Monday." I was like, "Dude, great, got a job." Went home, told my mom. I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I got a job." She was like, "Nice, nice. Now you got a job for the summer." And then, well, there was no training involved, so I just kind of thrown to the wolves, start training, start selling cars, do everything you can to make your money. And so I did that. It was a sink or swim, and I decided that I'm going to be the Michael Phelps of my family, so I'm going to start swimming. And that I did. I started making some good money, made some good commission checks. And if you could hear the phone call of when I told my mom I'm not going to college, I guarantee you that's $1 million phone call. Because she was distraught. She was like, "What in the world are you doing?" And I was like, "Mom, I'm going to be a sales guy. There's a lot of money to be made here, and I don't have to go to college for it." So, at first she was really hesitant, really reluctant. She was like, "Jacob, don't do this. Go to college, go to college." Well, I started making me some money, had a couple of good months, and I showed her my commission checks, and she was like, "All right, baby, go do your thing. Go be a car salesman." And I was like, "I will, absolutely." So I started rocking and rolling, and I then, met this girl, fell in love, young and in love. And so I switched dealerships because of who her family is. They're an amazing, amazing family, super family oriented. They're just great people all around. But I changed dealerships to a Kia store. And that right there, I met my manager, Justin Morgan, just a damn good guy, Army. And he found Andy Elliott on YouTube one night. And, I was his little warrior, his little sales guy. So he found Andy Elliott on YouTube, started training, and he was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go to the seminar." So Justin goes to the seminar, loves what he's doing. He's like, "All right, Jacob, well, you're going to be my warrior, so you're going to go to the next seminar." I was like, "Okay, yeah, great, done." Well, Andy Elliott calls me in the middle of the night. I don't know how he got my number, but I'm guessing Justin Morgan gave it to him. "Thank you, brother. I wouldn't be here without you." And so, I come out to the June Master Closer Seminar, and I start training. I was going crazy with it. I built my own Facebook page, and next I wanted to brand myself. And what Andy did was Andy gave me the tools to use my words in a sense where I was lethal with my words. Like everything I said was, just moving the sale forward. I got really good at closing deals, overcoming objections. And at, 19, 20 years old, I was like, damn, I'm getting pretty good at this. So I always set my bar pretty high. And what I decided to do was just make myself less obscure in the car sales world. I wanted everybody to know who I was. I branded myself as the Car Connect. I wanted people to just be able to go up on Facebook, see my page, see exactly who I am, make an opinion on me in like 30 seconds or less, and then decide whether or not they want to do business with me. So I did a lot of Facebook Lives, just setting myself apart. And, thankfully Justin would always be like, "Hey, how many posts you done today, guy?" And I'd be like, "Dude, I got nothing." And he'd be like, "Okay, go figure some shit out. Go post it. You need to be consistent." So through the consistency and the discipline of me posting, I was able to put 2,000 people on this, this Facebook page. And just by doing that, I was able to have referrals, have reviews, have social proofing that I was a good salesman. And so I did a lot of deals, a lot of referrals, and a lot of my customers came from that page. And so that was my little baby. I always thought to myself, that page is going to make me $1 million one day. So all I did was post, positive content, say thank you to my customers, say congratulations, share their posts, whenever I take a picture of them or do a video. And I came up with some pretty neat ideas, such as dashboard diaries. And I'm super proud of this one, all right? So me and Justin, we were brainstorming one day, and we're like, hey, we got to do something different. A picture says 1,000 words, well, a video says them all. So what we did was decided that we should put a camera in the dashboard, and I'd go, "Hey guys, it's Jacob the Car Connect. I've got so-and-so here. They just bought this beautiful car, traded in their car, made it super easy. They're in and out here in less than an hour. And I would turn to them and say, how was your time here dealing with me? And if they just bought a car, well, hell, they're going to tell you the best news in the damn world. So I used that to my advantage, and I had a lot of customers that just gave me awesome reviews. And what I, just started just taking that and going crazy with it. I was having, hashtag dashboard diaries, and my customers, they can go to my page and they can see other customers and what they're saying about me. So it was just a massive case of social proofing. So I took Andy Elliott's training, and I, took a little bit of my own thinking of my own ways of branding myself. And I did that in a sense to where now I was a self-sufficient businessman. And I was getting so many people reaching out to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm tired of filling out credit applications. So I built a website, my own personal website, and I put it on my Facebook page, and people can go there, fill out a credit application, and it would go to a secured email. It was backed by an SSL certificate. But I'm gonna be honest, I was probably the laziest car salesman who was doing pretty good. I just wanted to do everything the easy way, have automation, have my own website, my own Facebook business page to where I don't really have to find people. They just find me and I sell them cars. And so that's exactly what I did. And I got really good at building, that Facebook page, building a landing page, what type of content, how to, nurture that content, how to nurture the people who interact with your page, and how to get great organic reach. And so that's really what I was able to do, was just to set myself a little bit different than the rest of the other salesmen. Because in all honesty, in like the next 2 to 3 years, car sales is going to completely shift. They say the market will shift, after COVID. COVID fucking sucked for everybody. And then just literally a month ago, everybody has their biggest lives, the biggest months that they've ever had in the car business, because it just rebounded so fast. And, so in the next couple of years, like the Carvana and all of those little outside delivery services, where they take the car to your damn house, like they're going to run the market, because we're in the market of some of the weakest sales guys. And, what I was able to do was just make it to where my job is secured, because, now we got the 21-year-olds, the Gen Z is what they call them. They call us. We're about instant gratification. We want to do things. We want to do them now. We want to do it fast. We don't want to have to go to the dealership, go on a test drive and then sit down, go back and forth, negotiate and haggle. Like, they just want it to be 21st century. Like I can buy a house from my phone. I can buy a car from my phone. Or I can buy everything off my phone. Go to Amazon, order a damn fridge, and it's at my house in 2 days. Like, why can't I do that with a car? And, because the car age, the dealerships are still stuck in the dinosaur age, and where they're still filling out paper credit applications. And so, what I did was I was like, well, it's the 21st century. I'm going to use 21st century, sales, and I'm going to be a 21st century businessman. And so it helped me out with a lot of customers, because it was so easy. Like, I could send you a credit application to your phone. You could fill it out, and in the next 10 minutes, we're working a deal, and you're at your house sitting on the couch, watching Netflix, and just enjoying your day off. You don't have to get off the couch and actually drive to the dealership. So I was just able to completely cater to the younger crowd, but also the older generation, the 45, the 50, 55-year-olds, where they would just be able to reach out to me, send me a quick text. We get on a phone call. I get all the information, figure out what you want, figure out your trade-in, figure out what you want to buy, what's your budget, all the car sale stuff. And then what I was able to do was have a delivery service to where it's literally just takes the car and the deal straight to your house. You don't even have to leave. So, those at-home deliveries, those were pretty crucial in my car sales career, because, customers, if you deliver a car to somebody's house, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to remember this guy because he did something that no other salesman did. So I got really good at doing out-of-state deals, got really good at just delivering cars. I had my own set of drivers for the store. And, you call those guys up and they got it done. They're getting it taken care of in 10 minutes. But that's what I was able to do, and become just a technologically advanced sales guy. Be forward thinking, forget all the old car dog tactics. A lot of the information, is on the internet. The price of the car, how much your trade-in's worth. All of that stuff is on the internet. And, everybody kind of surrounds themselves with, well, hell, I got to know product knowledge. It's truly, in all honesty, it's like 95% people knowledge. You got to know how people react, how people want to be talked to. 5% product knowledge. Like, does it have an engine? Yes. Does it have 4 wheels? Yes. When I press the right pedal, does it go? And the left pedal, does it stop? I mean, that's really all you need to know. You don't really need to know too much information when it comes to selling cars. But what I was able to do was just completely take it, be I guess you say, a lazy sales guy, but be really good at what I did, and have my own Facebook page work for me, have my customers work for me. My past customers, they'd send me referrals. I'd send them a little bit of money for a referral fee. And so that's really how I got to selling all of my cars, was just social media. And in the next, 2-3 years, like, that's all it's going to be. There's going to be no more lot ups. There's no more people driving around the dealership. You just got to get really good at being on the phone, branding yourself, marketing yourself, and running Facebook advertisements to get your name out there. So that's pretty much what I did from my sales career right about whenever I was a kid, what I've gone through. And, I just want to kind of sum it all up. Like, guys, life sucks. It fucking sucks. If life didn't give you the royal flush deck of cards whenever it comes to your first hand, well, I mean, who cares? Who truly cares? Because I don't. I mean, life's never going to be perfect. If it was, everybody'd be, multimillionaires. They'd be driving around in Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Well, I mean, sometimes you got to settle for the Toyota Camry that's got 3 wheels and a donut. It happens. But what you do is you don't let that stop you. You never really give up. Get better a little bit every single day. And when it comes to certain things in life, you just got to be relentless. You never let anything stop you. I watched my father get killed. Like, it's a tough time. It's a tough situation. But what it does, they say what doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. I don't know about physically, but mentally it truly does. There's not a lot of things in life that you can tell me that's going to truly take me back and really make me stop what I'm doing to stop being successful. So what I wanted to be able to do is, if you ever have anything like going on, or if you want to be able to become one of those technologically advanced sales guys, I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube. So leave a comment below and I'll get back with you. But guys, life, you got one of it. Live full and die empty. You know what I mean? Like, live your life to the fullest. Never go a day without giving it your all and playing all your music. Because at the end of the day, when you go to die, did you play all your music? Do you still have more to give? Are you going to be ready to go? Probably not. Stop playing at 40%. Give it 110%, guys. This is episode 1. Episode 2, I'm going to be talking about Facebook business pages and why you should build one, and why is it so important to have that when you start your sales career. Peace, y'all.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash and the stick.